So I gotta go pick up my niece at school because my sister's getting out of work late today, so I'm gonna let the car warm up. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about today. I usually write everything down in a book because I write everything down in my book. You know, business plans, things I want to do, short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. So I put that all in a book. It's like a file thing for me. Like I try to tackle goals one at a time. So you know, my short-term goals would be like, it could be as soon as possible to like 1 month or 2 months, and then mid-term obviously is like 3 to 6, and then long-term is 6 and up. That's what I usually do to constantly maintain a consistent flow of, you know, setting my ducks in a row and executing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I learned that technique from just observing a lot of the very successful people in the world. You know, how they go about things, and you know, you try to shadow them, you try to mimic them, and you know, a lot of it is because human beings are a creature of habit. So I try my best to just be consistent with my habits, and God willing, in the very near future, I'll be okay. Taking time out of your day to watch this video. I just want to talk about something real quick. Have you ever heard the term multipotentialite? I just seen on YouTube a TED speech probably a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to make a video about it because awesome speech. It left a great impression on me. It's a term that Emily Wapnick coined. The quick synopsis of being a multipotentialite to me is someone who doesn't have to be great at one thing. It doesn't have to follow that, you know, that generic career goal. It appeals to those people like myself. For a long time, I felt so lost. I have had many jobs. With the jobs that I was fortunate to stay for a long time, I've always become a manager, a top performer, because I work hard and I'm always trying to be the best. I'm very competitive this way. I'm not going to step on nobody's toes, but I'm going to try my best for myself. And luckily, I was very fortunate that the managers at that particular job or business, they put me into leadership positions. I was very fortunate to learn, you know, the vital skills it takes to manage people. What I took out of that speech was basically that the life I led was okay, because a huge segment of my family thought that I wasn't gonna become really anything in life, because I used to be all over the place. I used to be like, yo, I'm into this. Then a few months later, I'm into this, or like a year later, I'm into this. So I was jumping all over the place. And the speech basically made me think like, man, I've had this, I've had that. And I realized that the skills that I learned doing these things that I was temporarily into helped me become the person I am right now. Because like loss prevention, I used to be in loss prevention for like 2 years. I used to work for Gucci, Cartier, Tiffany. What it taught me was how to always look for a thief, in-house and outside of the establishment. Certain tactics that these people that steal, embezzle, I learned that from that position. With martial arts, I learned obviously how to defend myself and how to teach, how to speak, because before that I was very shy. You know, like before I started teaching, probably I'm gonna say I was 14, 15 years old, after I got my first degree black belt. And before that I was really shy. I didn't know how to talk to people. I didn't know how to handle myself when there was conflict. You know, I only knew how it was to fight. Basically how to obviously make a sale, deal with children as well as adults, and dealing with adults who are way older than me, and demanding that respect I deserve in a student-teacher capacity. So that really helped me a lot. And I used to do door-to-door sales, so you know, that teaches you a lot of patience, because you gotta knock. I don't know if any of you have had door-to-door sales. You gotta knock through a lot of doors just to get a yes. That taught me perseverance. That taught me how to just constantly have that drive. I used to clean garbage trucks. I lived in Virginia for a little bit, and the only job that I can get first off was cleaning garbage trucks. I used to clean cars at the dealership. That taught me, like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Get your hands dirty and do what you gotta do. And so many jobs that I have put into, I guess, my bag of life, right? My bag of life. It has attributed to building the blocks that I need to walk on. I realized, even though at that point in time in my life I didn't realize what the hell I was doing with my life, it served its purpose because it helped me become the person I am. Because everything that I learned from all these different industries, right? All these different industries, especially now, because the speech pretty much like brung everything together for me, and you know, it kind of like gave me an okay that it wasn't in vain. The particular things I did in my life, where it's just like, even myself, I used to sit down like, what the hell am I gonna do in my life, man? So what are you gonna do, Gelso, with your life? Because ever since I was young, I knew all the time that I've wanted to become a business person or just be an entrepreneur. I just wanted to do something for myself, work for myself, and do something that was innovative or just something different or unique, and something that I know that I'm always striving to break the status quo, if that makes any sense. So a lot of my friends, you know, they became investment bankers. They stuck to one thing, which is fine. And I always envied them, like, man, how can that person stay there for so long? And I always envied them and people like that, because I'm like, you know, where the hell am I in life? Thank God that I'm in the position I am right now, because 10 years ago, I don't even know where I would have been. And thank God I met my wife, because my wife is pretty much the person that, you know, I look at our relationship as, before I was with her, my eyes were focused, like, you know, like binoculars, my eyes were focused on a object, which is being an entrepreneur. What I got with my wife, who was then my girlfriend, obviously, and we started getting to know each other, we started pushing each other to become better, because we already set a plan for ourselves long term. Those binoculars just like focused in, you know, they just laser focus, and then I am where I am today because of that. So I want to thank you for your time, and I hope you check out that speech, because for the people that are like me, I think you're going to greatly appreciate the angle that she's coming from. I hope you check it out. So I want to thank you for your time again. I know it's very valuable. You can subscribe if you want. You can follow me on Twitter. You can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on IG if you want. And have a great rest of your day, and thank you. Goodbye.